Welcome everybody back to the Figure Kit Garage full of resin heads and kit builders. Brent Krug back with another out-of-the-box review. The kit that you see in front of you is a new kit from a new company called Sweet Life Productions. Who is Sweet Life Productions? Well, Sweet Life Productions is a gathering of Gordon Oberman, George Ganser, Terry Higgins, John Allred, and Jeff Camp. They got together and decided to produce kits based on subjects that haven't been done before or haven't had a whole lot of time in the spotlight, but deserve it. This first offering, entitled I'm Your Huckleberry, is a 1/4 scale digitally sculpted bust by Danielle Danko Angelosi, printed and casted by Michael Allen, of Doc Holliday as he appeared in the 1993 film Tombstone. And for their first piece, I got to admit, this is a grand slam from the word go. The kit retails for $165 plus shipping and handling. Virginia jumped on the list as soon as she could. So altogether she paid $185 for a 1/4 scale bust that looks this fantastic. That's a hell of a price. And as you can see, the finished piece, the likeness is out of this world perfect. And we're going to take a look at piece by piece, and we'll even do a test fit because it's an amazing piece by it's unreal. And this depicts Doc as he is confronting Johnny Ringo as he is drunk, challenging any of the Wyatt brothers to a fight in the middle of the streets of Tombstone. When none of them accept, Doc simply states, I'm your Huckleberry. And from then on, you know the rest. If you've seen the film, you know how that little confrontation ends. We'll take a look with the base first. And I hope you guys can see this because there is actually a wood grain texture that's 3D sculpted. And I apologize if that, there we go. See a little bit of wood grain texture at the bottom. A little bit up there. God, it's hard to get that thing to focus right on that, and I apologize. And this is a 10-piece kit, 6 molded and casted resin parts, and 4 3D printed pieces. This is a hybrid kit, much like the Bo the Heiress from Blackheart Models and the Search for Luke from Stan Arts. This is another hybrid kit. Even though the main bulk of the pieces were also 3D printed, they were traditionally molded and cast in polyurethane resin. And for a hybrid kit, this is no exception to, absolute perfect combination of 3D printed pieces, traditionally molded and casted. You can't get any finer than this. Right arm. You can see the texture in that shirt. The way it was sculpted digitally. There we go. You can see it. You can feel it. Absolutely unreal. To the left arm, the exact same thing. Texture in that shirt. A little bit of a seam line to clean up, but nothing really major. A little scrape of an X-Acto knife. Little light sanding, and that thing will all but vanish. The casting quality on this is bar none some of the best out there. We'll move on to the hat. You can actually feel the felt texture in the crown of that hat. The stitching all the way around the brim to the hat band around the sides of that crown, the way Doc had it in the film. A little bit of cleanup from the casting, but nothing really major. Really, really beautiful. And it has that the swept up brim in the front, the way Doc liked to wear it. The likeness is the best I have ever seen to actor Val Kilmer in what a lot of people consider and what I consider the best role of his career. He did Doc Holliday in such a perfect way that I don't think anybody else has ever come close to matching what he's done. Mustache detail, a little goatee underneath. Just amazing overall. And this is where this piece really stands out. The detail. There we go. Look at the detail on that vest, folks. All the little flowers. This is an exact representation of the vest he wore in the movie. The tie that he wore, the checkerboard pattern, sculpted perfectly into that. It would be a near impossibility to sculpt this by hand. Even the seam lines in the leather stitching on the shoulder rig that he wears, the belt that cuts across and around his lower back, and the diamond pattern on the back of that vest. And this is not etched in, this is raised. You can actually feel every bit of this. Just the level of detail that was captured in this sculpt is absolutely gorgeous. Minor bit of damage towards the collar, but nothing that can't be sanded down and repaired with just a little bit of epoxy sculpt and a lot of patience. This is Virginia's kit. She wanted this the moment she laid eyes on it, and I told her that's okay. When Wyatt Earp comes up, that one's mine. So yeah, we're pretty much going to see who gets what characters, because this is going to be the first in a series. So the ring in the right hand of Doc, little veins sculpted into the top of that hand. It's beautifully captured. A little bit of sanding where the 3D supports were at. Very, very minimal. And then the left hand that he conceals behind his back. Ready to drop Johnny Ringo at a moment's notice. And this is where the combination of 3D printing and traditional sculpting and molding and casting comes in at a perfect combination, because it would be incredibly difficult to capture a gun like this traditionally sculpted and to have it turn out the way that it did. It's absolutely perfect. The main revolver that he carries in the shoulder harness, beautifully captured. Again, these hybrid kits are going to be some of the best out there, because now the level of detail that is captured in a kit knows no bounds whatsoever. I know a lot of people are still resistant to it, but like all things, even hobbies evolve. It's just the way of things. 3D printing is going to help evolve the figure kit hobby in ways that nobody ever saw coming. That's just it. And then the shoulder rig, and I hope this doesn't blur out on me because this thing is gorgeous. You can see, well, this camera's really not going to cooperate, and I was hoping it would. I can get that to focus in. Just barely make out. There we go. The stitching in that leather work. Well, it keeps blurring in and out on me. I don't know why. The camera really doesn't like me today, and I apologize for that. When you see this thing up close and personal for yourself, the level of detail that was captured is absolutely remarkable. For their first produced kit, these guys really, really did an amazing job. The sculptor, the printer, and the caster, these guys chose the subject. Their communication was absolutely amazing. From everything that I saw, their communication with Virginia was right on time. This thing arrived a day early. It was supposed to be here on Tuesday. It arrived on Monday. So their customer service already, right out of the gate, exceptional. So we're going to do a little test fit, and I'm going to bring the camera back. Excellent fit so far. Now comes the fun part. Messing around with this Quake Putty today. I did a test fit before I started recording, and it was like playing with bubble gum. So, see how much of this I can not get stuck to my fingers in one glob. Yep, failed that one already. Left arm will be tucked behind his back, like so. Shoulder rig or shoulder holster will sit just like so, and then beautifully pistol will sit nicely. It fits perfect. There is no wiggle. The holster was designed very, very well. And the right hand, there we go. Sorry about the camera shake, since my mounting arm is attached to the table that I'm working with. Try to minimize the shake as much as possible. Put on his hat. Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary gunslinger Doc Holliday from the film Tombstone. This kit overall, to the top of his hat, just a hair under 11 inches in overall height. Small footprint, not a very big kit, beautifully detailed, beautifully printed and cast. This is, without a doubt, a kit that you definitely need to get your hands on. If these are still available, I'm going to leave contact information for Sweet Life Productions on their Facebook page in the comments below. To Terry Higgins, George Ganser, Gordon Oberman, John Allred, and Jeff Camp, congratulations on your first piece. This is definitely a grand slam. I want to thank everybody that has subscribed recently. Well over the 400 mark now, so I have to say thank you to everybody. Turn him around so you can see how his left hand tucks around the back. This kit is just absolutely fantastic. No idea what the next release is going to be. I'm hoping for Wyatt Earp, but you never know. Maybe they'll do Big Nose Kate or Josephine Marcus or Johnny Ringo, Curly Bill Brosis, or who knows. I can't wait to find out who it's going to be next. So, like, share, subscribe, keep the Figure Kit Garage going. 400 plus and counting. Let's get it to 500. For this review of Doc Holliday, I'm your Huckleberry from Sweet Life Productions. This has been the Figure Kit Garage. Everybody stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Build a kit.